Welcome to the July episode of Celebrate Meridian, our monthly look at all things Meridian. Tonight I'll be joined by Bruce Chatterton, our new Community Development Director for the City of Meridian, where we will be talking about what the future holds for development in Meridian. I hope you have been enjoying the summer and taking advantage of the many wonderful events in our community. Summer is also a great time to interact with neighbors and come together as a community in our community. We place a strong emphasis on neighborhoods and homeowners associations. City Hall has rooms that are routinely made available for our homeowners associations to get together and hold their annual meetings. We have audio-video technologies available for use, convenient parking, and either I or a city representative can be made available to provide information on the subjects that matter most to you and your neighborhood community. Call 888-4433 for more information, and know that these rooms are available for use outside of regular business hours as well. Another important way neighbors and homeowners associations can get together in conjunction with the city is through National Night Out on August 2nd. National Night Out is an evening of social events that are a partnership between our neighborhoods and our emergency responders. While designed to heighten crime awareness and drug prevention, National Night Out also helps to strengthen neighborhood spirit and build police and community partnerships. Ultimately, these events held by neighborhoods throughout the city send a message to criminals letting them know in our neighborhoods, crime is not tolerated. Each participating neighborhood celebrates in a variety of ways, including block parties, cookouts, visits from police and fire departments, and some neighborhoods even have parades and contests that involve the community. This day of events is one of my most personal favorite in Meridian, as I get to see the camaraderie that exists between neighbors and the city as we build community through shared values and principles. If your neighborhood hasn't had an event in the past and would like to get involved, I encourage you to do so. To learn more about National Night Out or to have your neighborhood participate, contact Melissa Delaney with the Meridian Police Department at 846-7360. This is just one of more than one way we can celebrate Meridian together. Don't forget, we have lots of great summer events taking place in Meridian. Check out our community calendar online at www.meridiancity.org for information about great events like concerts on Broadway or Cable One Movie Night. With it being summer vacation, you might expect to find most students only looking to take it easy and have fun. But this month's Future Leader is using it as an opportunity to get involved and to make a difference while having fun. Please join me in welcoming Harmony McIntyre, our Future Leader of the Month.
An eye for photography and art, a passion for helping others, and a commitment to make positive changes with MIAC, Harmony McIntyre is this month's Meridian Student Leader.
Well, out of school, I'm a photographer. I have my own photography business. I've had it for 2 years. It's going pretty good so far. In school, I really like English, and in art, I really like to draw people, portraitures. It's a lot of fun.
Not only is Harmony interested in creative aspects, but is committed to the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council and is looking forward to participating in many future events.
In the upcoming future with MIAC, I'm really stoked about our possible dinner auction. And last year we earned about, I think, $3,000 to $4,000, which is really amazing and really fun. And I'm excited to be getting back into charity work again and helping out the community a lot.
Harmony's plans for the future don't just include helping the local community, but she hopes to extend her care and compassion to people across the world.
It's been a dream of mine to go to Africa and work at a charity for a while now. I'm looking into places to go for that, and I really enjoy getting to work with the community and going out and meeting new people all the time.
Harmony McIntyre, your Meridian Student Leader of the Month.
Welcome back. Tonight I am joined by our Bruce Chatterton with the Meridian Community Development Department. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Happy to be here, Mayor.
Well, I thought maybe we could start this off with sharing with our audience how you got involved with the City of Meridian, and tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, I spent most of my career in Florida, did some work in some other states, but my father's an Idaho native. And so for me, coming back, so many vacations were spent in this area that for me, having an opportunity to work in Idaho really was a godsend, and I almost felt like I was coming home. I worked in various areas of business, was a banker for a time, was a developer. Mostly though, I'm a city planner. I worked for cities about the size of Meridian, a couple a little larger, and when the opportunity came to come here and work for you, I jumped at it.
Well, it's great having you here. Now, you are the first director we have for a newly merged department that merged two different divisions together, or actually three. Can you tell us a little bit about what has transpired and what the benefit is going to be to our community?
Sure. Well, previously, the planning department was separate from work that was done from the building permitting side of things. Those were in separate departments. And really the decision, you and the City Council made the decision to bring those together. And I think that was a great decision. What it means is that now you as elected officials have the complete command and control you need over the entire permitting system and really over the vision for our community as a whole. It means now that, well, it'd be similar to walking into a bank and having to stand in one line to open a checking account, go to another line to get help with a mortgage, another line for a safe deposit box. That's not the way most banks do things these days. You have a single customer service representative that can meet all your needs and helps you with each of those things. At the very least, they're handing you off to the right person. That's really what we can do with community development now. With planning and the building functions together, we can bring that type of service to our customers.
Yeah, we feel that we'll find some efficiencies and eliminate some duplication of services. And,
yes.
And so can you share with us the role that you play in the department?
Well, I'm not, some folks refer to me as being the planning director. I'm not. Although I am a city planner, I'm also not the building official. As the department head for community development, I'm really kind of both those things. We have the two divisions, and each of those has a very important function. My role, really, my marching orders for you is to bring those two things together into an integrated approach, so that we can serve customers. By customers, I mean anyone from a large developer to a homeowner wanting to make a change to their home or start a home occupation.
Well, I think that's very exciting. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about what someone is required to do if they want to develop a piece of property, and what are the steps that someone takes?
It depends completely, Mayor, on where they're located, what's on the property, and what they want to do. So I'd urge everyone to come in and talk to us. Especially talk to us before you've settled on where you want to do what it is you want to do, whether it's a business, whether it's expanding a residence, whether it's a home occupation. If you haven't settled on where that is, come in and talk to us, because as you're doing your due diligence, we can really help. We often have property owners or would-be business owners that have fallen in love with a piece of property. And they come in and it looks like it's not very conducive to what they want to do, like there's a lot of red tape. Well, perhaps they want to do a retail business in a residential area or in an industrial area. Our community has made a few choices to create a harmonious community. And sometimes having a piece of property in the wrong zoning can, create a little bit of a nightmare. If we can guide you towards the right piece of property with the right zoning, the right building configuration, is it safe? Is the exiting good? Are you going to be needing sprinklers? Will people be able to get out of the building in the case of an emergency? Is there enough parking? These are all important. I think everybody agrees those are important considerations. But talk to us early and often, and we'll show folks what you need to do to get open.
Now, you mentioned zoning. What are some of the types of zoning we have in Meridian, and why is zoning important?
Well, zoning really is specifically the rules under which you can do just about anything with property or with a building. And zoning's there to create better harmony. I think we'd all agree that we wouldn't want a mining operation going on in the middle of a single-family residential area, or you wouldn't want heavy manufacturing going on.
I'd get a lot of phone calls.
Yeah, you would. And so zoning helps to create harmony. It helps to order the community. It helps to create a good place. Zoning really is, more than anything, a way of preventing bad things from happening. But increasingly we're using zoning to help promote good things, the things that we want to have happen. So there are various types of zoning districts. We have various lot sizes for single-family residential. We have multifamily, basically for apartments or condominiums. We have commercial for either office or retail or both. We have light industrial. We have different types of institutional zoning, say for schools and for churches. And those different rules help to create a pleasant and workable community.
Well, it also lets the adjoining property owners know what to expect.
Yes.
And it protects property values.
That's right.
It creates an even and consistent playing field.
That's right.
So people know what to expect, and
yes.
They usually don't get surprises.
Right.
Yeah. So how long on average does a project take?
Again, it depends on where the property is and what you want to do with it. If you're talking about an existing building that has just the right zoning, and say you're going to do a little tenant improvement and everything, it's a fairly new building, everything's up to code, you might be walking out with a permit right that same day. If you come to see us, it's possible you won't need a permit at all. But of course, we would ask you to check that out first. Dealing with things after the fact can get really
expensive and timely.
That's right. Mm-hmm. That's right. That's one extreme, all the way to a piece of raw land, which perhaps doesn't have lots. It has not been platted with the subdivision yet. It doesn't have utilities to it. Does it have entitlements or those zoning permissions to build? Because of what you mentioned earlier, adjoining neighbors wanting to have an expectation that they know what's going to be built next to them, if there's a permission needed to build, like a zone change, then you could be looking at a situation where you have public hearings, where the Planning and Zoning Commission and you and City Council would be hearing this, and those hearings require notice. So you could be looking at several months for a process like that to get to the point where you could pull building permits.
So in our community, we have stated we're built for business, designed for living. So on the built for business, can you share how the community development department is business focused?
We first pay attention to what the economic development priorities are. For instance, healthcare. The whole healthcare set of businesses is very important to Meridian. So we want to look at our development regulations. As we have businesses coming in that are complementary to to our hospital complexes, to our healthcare businesses, their suppliers, their doctors' clinics, biotech facilities. We want to make sure that if those are complementary businesses, that we can remove barriers to them opening. So we want to have the discussion with our business owners. We're going to be convening a focus group of our customers, but then also talking to various segments of our community, not just neighbors in a particular area, but to particular types of business owners and property owners, say those in the downtown, those within the core, and really tailor our services to what their particular needs are.
And I think, too, you're trying to make it easier to do business with the city by offering online payment. Your staff has created some flow charts, so it can help you walk through to know exactly what you need if you're a little salon or if you're a large employer. Again, it's trying to make it easier. It's probably a business calling right now.
Yep.
In a changing economic climate, we have seen a number of our citizens that might have been laid off. They want to stay in the area, and so they're have a home-based business, or they're looking at purchasing a small business. Can you tell maybe some of these potential owners what they need to know?
Well, again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but come in and talk to us first. The particular situation that you're in really is everything in terms of the answer that you're going to get.
For home-based businesses?
Oh, I'm sorry, for home-based businesses. We do have, and actually you mentioned, there's a wonderful online tool for home occupations. You can go on right now to the city clerk's website, and there's an interactive tool which you can actually go and ask it questions, and it will give you an idea of what you need to do for home-based businesses.
So you can go on to meridiancity.org and then under departments, click on the city clerk, or on. Okay.
It's currently, let's see, the particular tool we're talking about for home occupations would be under planning currently.
Okay.
It's the home occupation. It's referred to as an interactive PDF, and it will guide you through that program. If you can't find the link, give us a call.
Oh, very good. Meridian is the center of the Treasure Valley, and it seems like there's still a lot of construction going on around town. Can you share maybe some descriptions of what they are seeing out there?
Well, we're really in an enviable position where we're located. We really are in the center geographically and population-wise of the Treasure Valley, and we're getting development that really doesn't duplicate anything else in the Treasure Valley. So one great example would be Meridian Town Center, developed by CenterCal. It was going to be what we refer to as a lifestyle center, among other things. They'll be creating with retail and other uses, including office, a very pleasing pedestrian environment. You'll be able to park your car and ride a bike into it and enjoy, say, Gordman's shopping or department store, really the first one, I believe, in Idaho. And it'll be a unique experience. The other end of the spectrum is you've got the Cincy campus, manufacturing, and although a very clean, light sort of manufacturing, bringing a lot of jobs to Meridian.
Yes, they are. They're a fantastic employer. And I'm really excited for Big Al's in the Meridian Town. And see, I call it the Meridian Town Square because that center thing, they're not the center of our city.
That's true.
So I'm taking that Boise Town's Square mentality and saying, I'm renaming it.
I think the developer would be upset with me for getting the name wrong, so thank you.
No, you got it right.
Okay.
I'm trying to
Okay.
convince them to rename it.
All
But
right.
Big Al's is going to open the beginning, just in a couple of weeks, the beginning of August.
Yes.
And so we're really excited about that. It's a beautiful facility. So yeah, there is a lot going on in Eagle Road. How is our housing doing?
It's coming back. Just a couple of years ago, they were talking about, we have a 10-plus year supply of unbuilt single-family lots. Well, maybe on paper, maybe mathematically, but there's a demand for even single-family residential in the right place. Meridian clearly is the right place because we have developers coming back in to plat new single-family lots, and they're beginning to build on some of the existing lots. At the other end, multifamily, especially apartments, very important to the vitality and the diversity of our community. That's coming back in a big way as well.
Yeah, it's nice to see things starting to pick up again, and it certainly gives a lot of people some confidence again in the economy.
That's right.
Now you're doing a big planning exercise in South Meridian. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, there's a great deal of interest in the area south of South Meridian. It's really Meridian's next frontier, all the way from how many folks should be living in that area. Is it going to be serviced with water and sewer? Is it going to, should we have some of the uses preserved there? Should agriculture be preserved? Are there areas where there should be fewer homes and places where there should be more? So we're really asking the neighbors, all the stakeholders in the area to give us their idea about what that should be. It's an extension. If you look at the city as being a fabric, that's an extension of our quilt. It's several more squares of the fabric that makes up Meridian.
It is, and our community's developing, and it's developing into a very nice place and vibrant community.
Yes, it
And
is.
we're excited to have you be a part of it. Well, thank you for joining us here today and sharing what you do in the Community Development Department and all about the good work that our employees do.
All right, been a
So
pleasure.
thank you.
Thank you.
Up next is a profile on a local business that has been serving a national customer base for over 20 years. Join me as we profile Meridian's own Fresh Air Manufacturing.
Started in 1989, Fresh Air Manufacturing Company, or FAMCO, has made a sizable impact on the heating and air manufacturing industry not only here in Meridian, but across the United States.
And I started Fresh Air Manufacturing Company in 1989. We do business under the name FAMCO. Fresh Air Manufacturing does business in every state. We sell to wholesalers, HVAC wholesalers, and building material and roofing wholesale across the United States. We have about 45 employees in 2 locations. We primarily make products that go into ventilation, roofing products, and we handle products to bring air in or discharge it out of a building.
Offering a wide variety of products, FAMCO is staying ahead of both its small and large competitors by not just aiming to get by, but using its resources to grow and constantly innovate its products. FAMCO has grown 20% every year for the past 3 years.
So we're very, very good at offering the industry variety that other companies do not. We're constantly innovating our product line. We were able to create new businesses and find new opportunities, take the effort to expand in those areas, and we've grown at 20% per year for the last 3 years.
After being located in Meridian for about 13 years, FAMCO found that Meridian is their perfect home for 2 reasons. First, there's a plethora of business amenities that are available to them, and secondly, there are long-term economic and financial stability for both the business and for their employees' families. With both of these factors combined together, it has enabled this Meridian business to make a recipe for success that has helped keep FAMCO growing over the years.
When I moved to Meridian in 1999, we looked at a variety of locations. What made me choose Meridian was 2 factors. One was all the amenities were present and available to me. The other factor was I asked the realtor which location would have the best long-term economic value for my family and my children, and Meridian was the answer to the question.
Famco, another business that is right for their customer right here in Meridian.
Now, one of my favorite parts of our show is when we get to ask a question from our community as part of our Ask the Mayor.
Mayor, what are Meridian's boundary lines?
What a great question. Meridian's boundaries, like many cities, are not always set by roads or other geographic boundaries. Eagle Road is one example. Kleiner Park, which is east of Eagle Road, is in Meridian, while McDevitt Park, which is west of Eagle Road, is in Boise. A second example is the new Fred Meyer scheduled to open in Eagle later this year. One side of the road is Meridian and the other is in Eagle. While this can at times be confusing to our citizens, the city has worked to post signage when entering our community so those living in Meridian and our visitors are aware they are now in the Meridian city limits. If you have questions about a business or a residential neighborhood that is in Meridian, please call our city clerk's office at 888-4433 and our staff will be happy to answer your questions. Well, that's it for our program this month. I'd like to thank Bruce Chatterton for joining me tonight. Next month, my guest will be County Commissioner Rick Izaguirre. I look forward to discussing our amazing community with him. Would you like to be featured on an Ask the Mayor question? Please email me at mayortammy@meridiancity.org. Also, you can watch past episodes of Celebrate Meridian anytime on the city website. Thanks for joining me tonight, and I look forward to seeing you here next month, where together we will find new and exciting ways to celebrate Meridian.